welcome back to our weekly podcast. I'm joined here with Pastor Jason Jarvis, and you just got back from Alaska.
Yes, I did. Get back this past Tuesday.
How was it? Tell me about it.
It was great. We got to see some sights that I'd never seen before. The beauty of Alaska, it's really indescribable, and pictures don't do it justice.
Right.
But we really enjoyed ourselves. We got to see some places that we'd never seen, like I said. But really, the focus of the trip was to spend time with pastors and with church leaders, and so we were able to have a couple of conferences, actually 3 conferences while we were there, and so. We were able to spend time with them, get to understand a little bit about what their needs are, how we can help them minister. And some of the information really caught me off guard, surprised me. So I'm glad we went. It was very fruitful. I didn't realize how few churches they have in Alaska. Just in Alabama, we have 3,400 or about 3,400 churches that are part of the Alabama Baptist. In Alaska, they have about 111 total.
Wow.
And, you know, the landmass there is enormous. Small pockets of people in different areas. And so they need to be multiplying churches, and they need help doing that. And so we were helping pastors that have not been able to get access to some training, and they need that. And so we were able to find those needs and start ministering to them. And so we're going to have a continued connection with those churches. And so I look forward to the possibilities in the future of others in our church joining us and ministering to them, both by teaching and then also by doing some construction and some repairs, things like that. And so it's a very, very fruitful trip. It's good to be back, though.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back. We missed you this week. Now, for my next question, I want to dive a little bit deeper into what's going on with our current landscape today. I'm sure everybody has been noticing what's going on in the Middle East, you know, the war on Israel. And so we've got people back here at home that are scared, they're nervous and worried. You know, I've seen it's the end of times. And so I just wanted to just have a real conversation with you, because nobody knows when the end of time is.
That's correct. And Jesus said, no one knows but the Father.
No one knows. So how do we check our hearts and calm our nerves? Because definitely the situations that we're facing here today in the United States is nothing compared to what's going on in the Middle East right now.
I think you're right. You know, Jesus did say that no one knows the day or the hour. Only the Father knows. And so at the same time, we were given some things to look at and to be reminded that we're in the end times. However, those things that we look to, those things that we were given, many of those things have been going on for a long time. We are in the end times, but we have been in the end times for quite some time. Nothing, I don't believe anything is preventing God from returning now. And so to think, oh, this is it, something's happening that's triggering this. God's not waiting for anything else to happen. He's not limited. And so I think that to see something like this occur and automatically think this must be the day, I think that might be a little naive. And I think some people are going to take advantage of this. What I mean by that is you're going to have some leaders, even some church leaders, so-called evangelists and pastors around the nation, especially through the U.S., you're going to have some people start talking about, see, this is it. And what they'll do is they'll get people to, one, be frightened. Some of that could be good in the sense that it makes people think about their eternity. However, it doesn't justify us saying, okay, here it is. I think we need to be very, very cautious on a daily basis, because there are people in this world that want to annihilate the Western civilization. And so it's not just today. The day that we're actually filming this is Friday. And so today's the day that Hamas and others have tried to encourage jihad around the world. And so today's the day that people are getting really nervous about. We don't need to just be concerned about today. We need to be concerned about every day and look for the possibility of someone attacking Christians in general. Right now what's happening, though, is we see Israel has been attacked, and that has happened many times in the past. And so you have a ruthless, well, there's no reason, we'll just say that, for them to attack the way that they have attacked Israel. No matter what their philosophy of religion or what their their beliefs in political arena, they have no excuse for doing what they have done. They have gone in and brutally attacked and killed a lot of civilians.
Right.
And they've taken others hostage. And so Israel is in the process of retaliating as well, but they're doing this in a way so that they can go and try to bring people that have been taken hostage and return them back. There's attempts, for instance, for them to warn people in the northern region of Palestine to go south. We know Hamas controls the transportation there, and so they're not going to allow that to happen, which then puts Israel in a place where if they attack, then they're in danger of hurting more civilians there in Palestine. And so it's just a very tough situation that we could easily sit and say, well, we know the answers to it, but it's been going on for thousands of years. And so this isn't something that's going to be resolved by us and our logic. We need to pray for the people of Israel, but we also need to pray for the people of Palestine. They have a group, Hamas, who controls them. And we can argue and say we would never allow that to happen in the U.S. We would never allow people to take over who don't believe as we believe. And yet we're slowly doing that.
Right.
And so we don't need to cast stones at the people, the civilians there, but instead we need to look at what's actually happening, hold those who are responsible, hold them accountable for this, and also pray for the people who are being affected by it, because there's people affected by it around the world.
Right.
So in the coming days, one of the things I would suggest is, one, we don't need to panic.
Okay.
We need to be knowledgeable about the facts of what's happening, not our logic of what's happening, not our thoughts or our imaginations or the imaginations of other people. But we need to be knowledgeable about the facts, where we are and what's happening, and make sure that we are vigilant as well, to make sure that we are protecting and that we're praying for those who are in need today. There are people dying today, and they're worried about a lot more than just simply people going out and rioting. That seems to be what a lot of our people are worried about. And we need to be concerned about those who are in harm's way right now.
Right.
So
we need to change our perspective.
That's just a quick overview and some thoughts that I have on that. So you have any other questions about it?
Well, let's transition now into, you're back. We're glad you're back. What are we diving into this Sunday?
This Sunday we're going to finish up the book of James.
Okay. And
as we go into the last section, verses 13 through the end of chapter 5, what we find is a call to prayer. And it's faithful prayer. It's a call to trust in God in our times of need. And we're going to see that he addresses those who may be physically ill, but also spiritually ill, and how to get that resolved, and how to put our trust completely and totally in God, and some actions that we can take in doing that as well. So I look forward to sharing that. I believe there's a lot of people who may be ill, may be sick physically, may be struggling spiritually.
Yeah.
But there is an answer to that, and James helps us to understand what we need to do.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Our service times this Sunday are 8:30 for our traditional service and 10:45 for our more contemporary, modern service. And we do have small groups in between that at 9:45.
That's correct.
I've been saying 9:30, but I really just wanted people to get here on
early.
time. Yeah. But it's actually 9:45. So if you're not a part of a small group, certainly let us know, reach out, connect. We would love to hear from you and get you plugged into a small group. So we look forward to hearing you, or seeing you actually, on Sunday.